We hear a lot about psychedelic-assisted therapy, but 3 out of 4 people who choose to consume psychedelics do so at home or in nature with friends or loved ones. I'm April, founder of Set, an integration platform to help you get the most out of your psychedelic experiences. The podcast episode you're about to listen to may reference one of my previous shows, The High Guide or How to Do the Pot, because I've been a trusted source in cannabis and psychedelics since 2015. I invite you to visit getsetset.com and sign up for our newsletter to receive your free guide on set and setting to make the most of your next psychedelic journey. This podcast discusses cannabis and is intended for audiences 21 and over. Harlequin might be the perfect strain for 2021. We're still in the midst of some pretty stressful times, and if you haven't been able to take care of yourself in the way you want for nearly a year, you might be experiencing more chronic stress, chronic anxiety, and chronic pain. Help is on the way. We hope you enjoyed our Saturday Strain series, which demystified the 12 essential strains every woman should have in her stash. Harlequin is often described as similar to weed from the 1970s, with effects reminiscent of sipping light beer at the beach or having a couple of mimosas at brunch. Your body will feel lighter and pain will lessen. Your head will remain clear, but you'll feel relaxed, happy, and uplifted. Harlequin is a 2-to-1 strain, which means 2 parts CBD to 1 part THC, which is why we'd love to recommend Harlequin for women who are ready to give weed a try or who want a mildly intoxicating feeling. Does thinking about a cold drink at the beach make you want to take a nap in the sun? Harlequin is also a natural sleep remedy. Why? The mix of high CBD and low THC. If you're having trouble falling asleep, that little bit of THC will help you fall asleep faster. If sleep overall is your challenge, check out episode 17 of How to Do the Pot. The market does seem to be catching on to the fact that people enjoy a more balanced high. So what does that mean? Basically, it means you feel the way you want to feel, not uncomfortable, anxious, or over your chosen limit. THC, the cannabinoid that creates the feeling of being high, of that euphoria, is strong. The best way to find your favorite strain is to start low with a low % of THC and slow. Try a little. See how you feel, and then decide if you want to add more. Dr. Jessica Knox, a Harvard-trained physician and co-founder of the American Cannabinoid Clinics, explains why having a more equal amount of THC and CBD is important, especially for treating conditions like chronic pain and stress.
Frankly, most of us don't need that much THC. We typically don't need a lot of THC to treat medical conditions. And that's not to say THC doesn't have medicinal benefits. It does. There are definitely conditions where we need THC. But a lot of times for pain, for instance, you don't need to medicate to a point of intoxication to get relief. And recreationally, again, it doesn't have to take that much THC to get a little high if that's what people want. But again, it's all about informed use. Like, you don't have to blitz yourself with THC to feel good or feel better.
Another term to remember and look for is full spectrum.
One of the things that is so beautiful about cannabis is that as a full spectrum medication, it is very safe and very effective. And when I say full spectrum, that means it's the natural plant. It's the whole plant with all of its constituents as they were created in nature. So an analogy might be eating an orange versus taking a vitamin C supplement, right? You're going to get vitamin C from the orange, but you're also going to get some other terpenes and flavonoids and fiber and all of these great things and that vitamin C. But if you have just a vitamin C supplement, you're only getting vitamin C. And you're taking away all the benefits of all those other constituents. So if we back that back to cannabis as a full spectrum, whole plant medicine, it has all of these different constituents in it that work together to, one, have better effects than if you were to take any of these constituents alone. That's what we call the entourage effect. But also, two, it makes it safer because while these components are working together to create more effect, they're also working together to sort of counterbalance one another and take away some of the negative effect.
If you don't want to feel too high, always check the percentages of THC. In researching this episode, we found Harlequin strains available in legal states with THC levels that ranged from 2 to 6%. For context, about 20% is considered a high THC level. This brings up a point we talk about in episode 24. Why is weed different state to state? The Harlequin you buy in Illinois is not going to be the same as what you buy in California because of laws that require cannabis to be sold in the state where it's grown. And remember, this is a plant, so while the seeds might be the same, growing conditions, choices made by the growers, whether it was grown indoor or outdoors, and so on, play a big role in the final product. Cannabis strains bred to have higher amounts of CBD used to be hard to find. Why? There has been what one of our guests called an arms race of creating more and more potent forms of THC. While it's common to find CBD in edibles and oil tinctures, finding it in flower might require more searching. Luckily, we've got you covered. For today's High Five, listeners' favorite cannabis farms growing Harlequin. Thanks to our followers on Instagram for the great tips. If you have any farms to recommend, please reach out to us on socials or send us an email at hi@dothepot.com. Number 1. Most of the time in dispensaries, Harlequin will be called a sativa-dominant hybrid. We don't love to classify strains that way, but it might help you on your purchase journey. Number 2. In Oregon, look for East Fork cultivars. The two founders are brothers inspired to grow superior CBD-rich cannabis that could help relieve the symptoms of their oldest brother's range of medical conditions. The effects of Harlequin they grow? Relaxed, focused, and uplifted. Number 3. In Colorado, Nevada, and Massachusetts, look for Good Chemistry Nurseries. 2021 is their 10th year in business. That's like 100 in cannabis years in a legal market. And their CEO has been cultivating cannabis for 20 years. Number 4. Want the ultimate soccer mom strain? And I'm quoting from the website of this brand. The Harlequin from the husband and wife founders of sustainably grown Trailblazing Farm in Washington is known for bringing feelings of balance and keeps your head clear. Number 5. In Canada, look for Tantalus Labs, also known as the Tesla of weed, for their environmentally friendly indoor greenhouses. The Harlequin available through Tokyo Smoke Dispensaries is also from Tantalus Labs. Today's strain picks, what to look for when you can't find Harlequin. Pennywise, it's a 1-to-1 CBD to THC strain, offers mental clarity and focus with mildly intoxicating effects. AC/DC, 20-to-1 CBD to THC ratio. It's a first choice for those newish to cannabis, and it can be found in dispensaries most everywhere. Harley Sue, nearly all CBD strain, non-intoxicating, promotes feelings of happiness and relaxation, helps with pain, inflammation, and stress.